So one place I want to go with this conversation is there's a difference between fake it till you make it and acting as if. And you were just mentioning about how time is just perception. And so we have these things we want to create in the future. The only difference between now and the future is our perception of it. And so if we act as if we're there right now, the only difference between where we are right now and the future is not time. It's how we are perceiving, how we're acting, what we're embodying. And so when we think, oh my gosh, okay, it's going to take me 10 years to make my first film or to make $100,000 or whatever it is, then it's out there. But if you start acting, it's like, so who would I have to be to create this kind of future? That could be for anything. That could be for some things on a grand scale. And the thing I found, and I hope people get from this, is that the bigger your idea is, your ideas have mass, and mass has a gravity to it. And the bigger the idea is, the more people will be attracted to it. Little ideas, people will just kind of like, they won't even recognize. They'll say, oh, that's good. Best of luck with that. But when you have a huge idea, it has a gravity to it. And the things you think were impossible because you just don't know how the resources are going to come together, they will come together because of the size of your idea. And so that future is not years or decades off. It is just how big can I think, acting as if I'm as close to that as you humanly possibly can be, and just keep moving in that direction and communicating that.
Yes, and the future meets you where you are walking.
Yeah.
It meets you halfway with you. And that's where the resources come, the people that we experienced it in this documentary. Everything we needed, it was there waiting for us, meeting us for us to take the next step. One step at a time, but big. And that's something that I loved, that when you presented this idea to me, that it really resonated with me. You said, I don't see a point to do it, Ivonne, if we're not doing it big.
Yeah.
And my mind went like, oh my gosh, I started thinking, let's start with this budget. And then I threw the budget through the window in my mind. Of course, we had a plan. We walk mindfully in the creation of leaping with faith. As we walk like that, that's where we change lives.
Yes. The thing I have to say about that is, we would have created a film with a micro budget, and it would have been complete and it would have been little. The only difference between that and what we're creating it now, with all these people coming in to be a part of it, it was just that shift in our mind saying, well, why don't we just do this big? All the resources are still there. The resources for the little one was there. The resources for the big film was there.
Yes.
We just needed to say, that's what we want instead of this other thing.
Yes, it's just ask and you shall receive, it is said.
ASK.
And the most amazing, is that all the people that were filmed thought as big as that. And they kept saying, each time I called them, this is going to go big, Ivonne. I was like, oh, again, the message is there. Oh, I see this is going to go so big. And they will be saying, why don't you interview this person, and they will connect us. It was like a domino effect of bigness, of an invitation of readiness, of people that were already thinking that big, that were in the future waiting for us to, with this idea, for them to say yes.
And it started with us saying yes.
It started with us.